Hey all, this is Rohit from Testing Jobs, and I welcome you all to this session on automation testing real-time interview questions, part 2. Wrapper class in Java are used for data conversion. In data conversion, if user wants to convert int to string, string to int, boolean, double, then we use wrapper class. Wrapper classes in Java are used to convert primitive data types into objects. This is useful when you need to perform operations that require objects rather than primitives for data conversion, such as converting an int to a string or a string to an int. You can use methods provided by wrapper classes like integer parse_int or string value of. These methods allow you to easily convert between different data types. Next question is, can you convert string R11 array in integer? Answer: no, we got number format hexen while converting. The above string means the string 11 cannot be converted to an integer because it contains a non-numeric character a, which causes a number format exception when attempting the conversion. Integer conversion expects only numerical characters in the string. Next question is, what do you mean by call by value and call by reference in Java? Answer: call by value means suppose we have created some method with input parameter int a, int b. So, while calling creating the object and running we provide values that is known as call by value. Means, in call by value, when a method is called, the actual value of the arguments is passed to the method. This means that any changes made to the parameters inside the method do not affect the original values of the arguments passed to the method. Next question is, what do you mean by exceptions in Java? Answer: exception is like any interruption in our normal flow, like if we are running anything and we got issues in our script, this is we called exception. We have two types of exception: runtime and compile time, checked and unchecked exceptions. Compile time exceptions known as checked exceptions. These are checked by the compiler during compilation, and you must handle them either by catching them or declaring that your method throws them. Runtime exceptions known as unchecked exceptions. These occur during the execution of the program and are not checked by the compiler. They usually arise from logical errors in the code and can be handled using try-catch blocks or left to propagate up the core stack. Next question is 15. Can you tell me about difference between throw and throws keyword? Answer: throw is a keyword used inside a body of function, and throws used while initializing any method. By using throw, we can throw only one exception, while for throws, we can declare multiple exceptions, which might occur in that particular function. Java throw keyword is used to explicitly throw an exception. Java throws keyword is used to declare an exception. Next question is, how much you rate yourself in Selenium out of 5? Answer: I'd rate myself 3.5 out of 5 in Selenium because while I am proficient and knowledgeable, there's always room for improvement and learning in such a dynamic field. Next question is, which locator you are using in your framework and why? Answer: mostly we used ID and XPETH because it is the fastest and unique one, and after that we prefer XPETH. Anyways, we have other locators as well like CSS, class name, tag name, link text, partial link, text. Next question is, what is the difference between find element and find elements? Answer: find element will give the first appearance of that element, which matches our locator, whereas find elements will give us list of all the elements which is present over the web page and matching our locator. And if we don't find the element, find element will give us no such element exception, whereas find elements will return null empty list. Next question is, can you tell me how you will handle multiple window in Selenium? We have window handle, and window handle is function for handling multiple windows. Window handle will give the string value of only the active window that is open, whereas window handlers will give set of all the windows that are open in browser. How you will move from one window to another. First, we will check what all windows are open by using driver get window handlers to get set of open windows. Then I use iterator to iterate over each of the pages, and inside for loop will check like current URL matches with the accepted page. If match, then switch to that window. By using driver, switch to destination window to return back to main parent window, use driver default window. Next question is, tell me the difference between implicit and explicit wait. Answer: implicit wait applies for all the elements and all the tests, like if we give 10 seconds of implicit wait, it will wait for 10 seconds for each element before giving no element exceptions. While explicit wait can be applied for any particular step for which you want extra wait time, so we can use explicit wait. We can use mix of both waits to depend on the situation of the step. Next question is, can you tell me some exceptions in Selenium? Text occurs when an element could not be found on the page. Example, trying to locate an element by its ID, but the ID provided does not exist on the page. Window wexen happens when the window target to be switched doesn't exist. Example, trying to switch to a window that has been closed. From a kesip occurs when the frame target to be switched doesn't exist. Example, trying to switch to a frame that doesn't exist in the page's frame set. Staley element reference happens when the element is no longer present in the DOM. Example, trying to interact with an element that has been removed or refreshed. Timute exception occurs when a command does not complete in the specified time. Example, waiting for an element to be visible, but it doesn't become visible within the specified timeout period. Next question is, what do you mean by user-defined exception? Answer. User-defined exception or custom exception is creating your own exception class and throws that exception using throw keyword. This can be done by extending the class exception. The keyword throw is used to create a new exception and throw it to the catch block. Next question is, can you tell me what is assert in testing? Answer. Assert is like verification, where we check like expected thing and actual thing are same or not. Means, in testing, assert is used for verification during test execution. It checks whether the expected outcome matches the actual outcome, helping to ensure that the code behaves as expected. Next question is, which assert you have used in testing? Answer. We have used hard assert and soft assert while applying hard assert if we found any glitch in expected and actual, then it will throw exception and move to next test. While soft assert, it won't give exception and move to next step of that test. And to get all the exceptions in console, we need to write at the end assert or. Next question is, can you tell me about the order of testing? Annotations. Answer. At before assert, this method runs before any test in the suite and is used for setup tasks that should be done once for the entire test suite. At before test, executed before any test method belonging to the classes inside the test tag of the testing XML file. Useful for setting up configurations shared across multiple test classes. At before class, runs before the first test method in the current class. Useful for setting up class level configurations or resources. At before method, executed before each test method. Ideal for setting up preconditions or test specific configurations. At test, this annotation marks a method as a test method. At after method, runs after each test method, typically used for cleanup tasks or resetting the state. At after class, executed after all the test methods in the current class have run. Useful for teardown tasks or releasing resources acquired in the at before class method. At after test, runs after all the test methods belonging to the classes inside the test tag have run. Used for cleanup tasks or releasing resources shared across multiple test classes. At aftersuit, this method runs after all tests in the suite have run. Ideal for performing final cleanup tasks or generating test reports. Next question is, do you heard about priority in testing can we set? Negat priority. Answer, yes. Like priority is 0, -1. Testing will run -1 then 0, then 1. And if we have any test which is not having any priority set, then in that case it will search via alphabetical order whichever comes first and execute. Test respectively. Next question is, can you explain me testing? Answer. Testing is advanced version of unit only. It is mainly used by dev or QA for maintain the code easily and for unit testing. It provides lots of benefits to us, like we can create a suite and we can write all the required TC in one go only using that suite. We can group our TC, we can set priority, we can run our TC in parallel mode. We can generate good reports via testing. We can write functionality depends on methods, depends on group. We can run single TC multiple time with single set of data or multiple set of data. Next question is, how to run single method multiple time in testing. We have invocation count attribute in test annotation. We can write invocation count as 3 if we want to run it 3 times. Apart from that, we can write thread pool size if we want to run that case in multiple thread. Next question is, do you work in Cucumber? Can you tell me what all files required in Cucumber? Answer. In Cucumber, we have feature file, select definition file, and test runner file. In feature file, we use to write scenario in Gherkin language, which is most like in plain English language. Here, we use some of the keywords like feature, scenario, scenario outline, given, when, then, and example. Background keywords for writing our test scenario steps. In step definition file, we write mapping code for all the scenario of feature file. In test runner file, we provide the address of the feature file, step definition file, and all important tags, plugin, listeners in that.